obviously only a few weeks to go. It must have been great to train with the senior guys this afternoon.
Yeah, it was fantastic. They've been really supportive throughout the whole thing. We pass them in the gym and have a little chat now and then. But this is the first time we've been able to get out on the ground together, and it was really awesome to run around with those guys who you've grown up watching on TV.
I'm mindful you guys are pretty skillful, but there's no better tips than off the premiers when it comes to things like goal kicking and some of the finer points of the game.
Yeah, definitely. Some very highly skilled players out there. As I said, you watch them and you just want to try and soak up as much as you can. And as I said, so much support, and they're very much about 3 teams, 1 club, and I couldn't think of anywhere I'd rather be.
When you've got so many supporters here, it's almost a bit overwhelming in a way. I guess you're probably not used to that sort of support when you're training.
Yeah, we've had a few open sessions, and we had a bit of a turnout at Ballarat. And that was great. That was probably our first taste of really meeting the fans and signing autographs. And it's the best feeling to run out and to see all these faces here and young girls that want to play football. When we played here on Whitten, I don't know if anything will really beat that. So it's been really awesome so far.
Just in terms of building for the season, did you see Freo play at the weekend?
Yeah, I had a little watch. I thought it was pretty good for a first hit out. Obviously, you try not to look into it too much, but there's players that you watch and you wonder how they're going to go, and players that have sort of come across from other codes, which is really exciting. And really, just the whole thing, it's just booming. So it's really great to be a part of.
And then first up, is that a good thing for you guys because they look quite strong?
Yeah, I think that we're just trying to stick to our own game and working on our structures and not really trying to, look at the outside too much. We're just making sure that we bond as a group and really just concentrate on what we're doing. So it's really, all of it's so unknown. So we don't want to be, looking too much at all of that.
Mitch, as one of the most popular Bulldogs, no doubt, you've had a pretty interesting 9 months given your injury and watching the premiership. I guess describe what it's been like in a nutshell.
It was obviously a terrific journey watching the highs and lows before the season was out, and then the ultimate month that we put together with the 4 wins and obviously the success on Grand Final Day, which was, you got to pinch yourself to realise what we achieved as a group and as a football club, on that day, on the 1st of October, which everyone will remember. But and then we sort of broke away from there, and I must admit I was a little bit mentally cooked after a long year, so it was good to get a break, and everyone's come back really fresh. We've only had a couple of weeks before Christmas, a couple of weeks now, and then we're off to camp for 10 days. So it's all happening pretty fast, but the vibe, and the enjoyment factor is at a really, really all-time high. So
how are you progressing, and what are you sort of aiming for? What are your targets coming up?
It's very symptomatic. Obviously, these are pretty rare occasions where people do such a severe injury, but I've just got things I have to tick off, and I'm progressing right well. I ran for the first time on Monday, which was pretty momentous, and I was pretty excited by that. So I'm looking forward to the next run, and that's another box I'll tick off. And I'm definitely going to have an impact this year, whether it's early, in the middle of the season, or late. We'll wait and see, but I'm progressing quite well.
When you say you ran, Mitch, was that on the Ultra G machine or out on the oval?
No, on the Ultra G. Not in the oval just yet, but it was 13 minutes, so it was an absolute marathon. But I was so excited. I couldn't wipe the smile off my face, and you get the support of the club and the boys. Was fantastic. Just
medically, Mitch, what do you have to go through now? Do you have to get pins out of it, or?
So I had more surgery before Christmas, which again was ahead of schedule, which is great. So I've got no rods or pins in my legs at the moment, and I'm just waiting for the bone to heal, and so I can hit the track running.
It was a pretty severe injury. I don't mean to talk flippantly about car crashes, but it was a bit like that. It was a pretty serious leak.
It was serious enough. It was pretty graphic. I know that I've been told that they played it on replay a few times on the TV, which is no good. But I'm progressing really well. The surgeon's really happy with how it's mended and the track I'm on. So, like I said, there's a few boxes to tick yet to get my power back and things, but progressing really well.
Is there nerves with every step, each new step of the process for you? How do you feel mentally about it?
No, actually pretty good. The thing that's in my mind is it's a bone and it's healed, so I can't really do any more damage to the bone. It's just more the awareness of the muscles around it. So I'm not nervous as such. I'm excited to progress, but when I start running outside and kicking and getting contact's probably the biggest hurdles I'll face, just to get that confidence back and make sure I'm can attack it with 100% vigour and not hold back.
Given Jack's situation, Mitch, and also Bob Murphy, I know you guys have to draw on motivation from all different sources, but I guess it will provide a source of motivation to win again this year, because you three, I guess, missed out.
Yeah, we did. We missed out, but we've been reminded a lot that we're part of the team, and we put us in a position to win the premiership. And you said motivation. There's enough premiership photos and memorabilia around the joint that I get reminded about it every day. So it's making me push that much harder. And Jack and Rob too. And Lynn Jong missed out last year. There was a few of us that did miss out. So there's and Stewie Camry who missed out the whole season. So there's plenty of people who are coming back into the side and making us a better club and looking forward.
In terms of in terms of seeing all the pictures and everything, how actually hard was it?
You go through the highs and lows. I think you hit different patches during the week. You have a really good, say, morning and then a hard afternoon. But at the end of the day, I'm a Bulldog supporter at heart, and I grew up watching the Doggies and didn't get yet to taste success in all my years of supporting. So when I was finally in the crowd and watching us win, you can't overcome that. The excitement and the amazing feat that we got. But yeah, it was hard. But like I said, I'm a supporter at the end of the day. So if I wish I was one of the crowd, and I was. So.
I imagine an amazing mix of conflicting emotions. Disappointment not being there yourself, and joy for the team. Was that the hardest part, that you sort of felt a bit conflicted?
I think you don't let yourself get conflicted. I think you're around the boys, and if you're going to be any influence on them, you want to be in a positive influence. So you put yourself in a mind frame that's going to benefit them. So I felt that me and Bob and Jack all did that quite well. You can see by the success. But it was tough, especially when you reflect on it. But I think that's another motivating factor going forward, that I want to taste that success. So I'm going to do everything every day in order to be able to get back there and win finals and win the premiership again.
Just on today, are you sort of aware of how special today was, running out with 50 odd people, pretty crowded out there?
Yeah, it's amazing, and Bob touched on it before we ran out, that it's quite historical for football in general. I don't think this has ever happened where a women's and a men's team has trained together. So hopefully it's the start of something special that we can do this more often than not. And I know the ladies have got a practice match coming up on Australia Day, so I'll watch that with very keen eye and interested to see how they go. And I just can't wait for their season to kick off and for us to create that three teams, one club mantra.
What's it brought to the club having the women around?
Well, from my personal point of view, some of the most important people in my life are women. So to see them get recognised for their athletic ability and their talents on the national sort of scene is quite amazing, and it sort of amazes me that it's taken this long for it to happen. But I'm so glad that Bulldogs were one of the teams that put their hands up and said they wanted to follow through with it. So like I said, I can't wait to see them run out the first official practice match on the 26th, and we'll hopefully kick their bums, but we'll wait and see.